All right, welcome everybody to the Wisdom Movement Method podcast. I'm your host, Bryan Wisdom. Today, we are going to interview Boo Sadikot. He is the owner of Fitness Together in Novi, Michigan, and we're going to talk about his origin story, success stories during down times, and what he is most excited about. Now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So, Boo, I got to tell you, man, I'm very excited to catch up with you. I've known you from afar. You've been a top Fitness Together owner for years and years and years. And mutually, we had a couple owners that, we both know, and that led us to becoming friends. So thanks for taking the time to jump on the show with me.
Yeah, you're more than welcome, Brian, and very excited and appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, man. So you started Fitness Together almost 20 years ago. And that in itself is pretty remarkable. You know, the downturns and the ups and the downs of economies. I mean, you've made it for a very long time. And what I'd love for people to know a little bit is your origin story and, kind of first off, how did you get into fitness? How did you get into Fitness Together and helping people and helping the community?
Well, let's go all the way back to when
Yeah.
I actually came over to the States.
Okay.
I don't know if I told you this story, Ryan, but I used to actually work on a cruise ship.
Oh my
Um,
gosh. Cool.
yeah,
Yeah. I love cruise
yeah,
ships.
I used to be a merchandiser on a cruise ship. I used to work for Carnival, so I used to travel from ship to ship,
Okay.
doing their merchandising. And one of the ships that I was on, I actually ended up meeting my wife,
Oh,
Lisa.
wow. Okay.
She was an accountant on one of the ships. That's how we ended up meeting, and that's how I ended up coming over to Michigan. And she tells everyone that she brought me back as a souvenir.
That's great.
So that's how I ended up over here. And when I did come over, I was like, I had some interest in fitness. I wasn't too sure what I was going to do. My background was in retail management back in the UK.
Okay.
So I was kind of dabbling, and then I actually ended up working for Bally's, for people that
Okay.
still remember
Yeah,
the
yeah. The big box gym that
organization.
was huge in the 90s. Ballad, absolutely.
Correct. Yep. So I was there for a year, and then I went on to work in a health club in Northville, and I ended up being a manager there for a while, 4.5 years or so. And then I ended up parting ways with the owner, and I was thinking to myself, what am I going to do now? I want to stay in the industry, and I found this magazine, Personal Training Fitness magazine. There's this tiny little ad in there about
Yeah.
franchising
Wow.
um, personal training. I'm like, how the hell do you franchise personal training? It's very
Yeah.
interesting. So I looked into it, went up to Denver for this Discovery Day, and really was impressed with what I saw.
Okay.
And then I decided to get on board with the franchise. At the time, there was a battle between me and my wife. She said to me, you don't know anything about running a business. You've never done this before.
Yeah.
The experience that she had with her family was, they owned a bar
Okay.
that went south, and it caused internal problems with the family. And she said to me, I don't want the same thing happening to us. Do you know what you're doing? Do you feel comfortable with this? Are you sure?
Right.
And I was very, very positive, very comfortable with taking on the challenge. And then I decided to move forward.
And look at you now, 20 years later. So
I
you
know.
you got the last laugh in that. So you got into Fitness Together. Rick Sikorsky was the CEO back then, and
Right.
any names of big owners back then that are still in the game? Is there anyone that's still in the system all these years later from your franchise you
There's
did?
very few of us left from when I
Yeah.
first started. I mean,
Yeah.
Russ Yeager started just a
Yeah.
couple of years after me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rick Coe's still around.
Yeah.
He started
Yeah.
a couple of years after me.
Right.
But I am the
Yeah.
longest, oldest surviving franchisee within the system.
You may be the last style bender, man. I give you credit. I got in 2006, right when Russ did, pretty much the exact same time. I've been in fitness about
Right.
10 years before, but yeah, you go back to really that first wave of owners way back, and the P. Piranios, the Forests, and
Yeah,
all those
Forest
guys.
K.
Good, it's good for you, man. So tell us this: is that it says something about your character and your business, quite honestly, to make it for almost 20 years. And tell us maybe a success story of how you overcame adversity, because you got in right after 9/11. So a lot of people would say it was pretty bad timing to open a business, and you
Right.
succeeded through 9/11. And then you've told me in the past that the mortgage industry collapse in 2008 was devastating for the overall community. You said there was 18 fitness togethers and you were the lone survivor, right?
Yeah,
So
correct, Brian.
tell us a success story. Like, how'd you get through that time?
Oh, it was very, very worrying, just like every other business, that it was around us. We were all feeling the consequences of, what was going on. A lot of people didn't even know if they had a job the next day. So it was very worrying. It was widespread. As a state, I think, it hit us a lot
Yeah.
sooner than the rest of the country, simply because, we were all based around the auto industry.
And
And
that's because you're right by Detroit, is that right?
correct, yeah. We're not too far from Detroit, about 30 minutes or so. And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, we have the big three here, and pretty much everything's just focused around the big three. As a state, we weren't very diversified into anything else.
Okay.
So it hit us like a ton of bricks, at
Yeah.
the time, and it was very concerning. I was looking at my numbers, and at the time, there were, as you said, 18 other studios in the Metro Detroit area, and I just watched them all closing up one by one, and I was thinking to myself, I'm going to be next.
Okay.
So I was looking at my numbers. I was just projecting out, and I was thinking to myself, I probably have another 2 to 3 months left of survival, and then
Yeah.
I'm going to have to. Ended up calling corporate and just saying, hey, look, there's doesn't look like there's going to be a path out for me.
Yeah.
My numbers don't look too good. We don't have any renewals going on. People are leaving the studio. A lot of clients are just quitting right now.
Right.
So it's probably too. So we laid out a plan on how to close the studio, all the steps that I needed to take, and I was looking at the plan, and I was thinking, oh my God, this cannot be happening.
Yeah.
And I want to survive, and I'm going to try and do everything I can to keep the doors open. Just out of the blue, I don't know how how it happened, but I had a lady come in, and I remember talking to her,
Yeah.
and I remember at the time, just kind of saying to her, you know, there's a possibility that we may end up closing because of what's going on. And she asked me, she said, "How long have you been in business?" And I said, "Well, since 2002." She said, "I think you're going to survive."
Oh, wow.
I don't have no idea what made her say that. And she felt comfortable in purchasing, 100
Wow.
training sessions with us at the time. And for me, that was, around about
Yeah.
$5,500 at the time.
Yeah. And so,
Um,
so to our listeners, 100 sessions is, anywhere from 8, 9 months of personal training. Could be as much as a year. But so she committed to you for a long period of time. I mean, like you're getting me teary eyed, man. Just saying that, like, I'm serious. Like, that's so significant that she believed in you, even at a time where you were like worried, really worried.
yeah,
That's that's
very,
a
very worried. And,
huge
I
blessing.
was, yeah, I was open and honest with her. I said, look, we're struggling. And she said, I trust you. I believe in you. I can see your
Wow.
passion, your enthusiasm for your business. And I think you're going to survive. And she said, I'm going to buy 100 sessions
Yeah.
right now. And I hope this is going to help you.
Well, Boo,
And
I gotta share something with you that I shared this in our Facebook group for different owners, and I had a very similar experience where, it was on the line for me, and I had those concerns and fears in 2008. We got hit extremely hard because of banking, because Charlotte at the time was the biggest banking city in the world. And, I was confident that Charlotte was going to be fine, and B of A and Wachovia, the second biggest banking
right.
bank here in Charlotte, I was like, oh, we're fine. And we got hit, probably obviously not as bad as Detroit area, but we got hit severely. And it was probably anywhere from 2.5 months to like 4 months of just shut the faucet off. The business went to, code red. And I had a very similar experience where, and I literally get choked up when I tell it, but I remember January 17th, 2000, it was actually 2009. So 2008, everything slowed down for us. It was November, December was just like ghost town, busy, 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 then ghost town. And January, like I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't take the steps that you took to shut down, but I mean, monetarily, we were heading that way in a fast pace. And I remember a lady walked in out of the blue, and same thing. I don't know how she even found out about us. And she didn't say what your lady said with it. It was like a blessing there. She knew you're going to make it, but this lady came in and she believed in me enough. And she said, I don't want to do 100 sessions. I wanted to do 200 sessions, and I want to pay in full. And I'd never even done that in the year that I'd been open before. And then everything got back to normal, and we just picked right back up. But I think that those moments are very significant, because if you look at our businesses now, I've been here for 14th year in business. You've been there for almost 20. I think people should feel very comfortable with the fact that we've been through ups and downs and ups and downs, and we're still here serving our clients.
Right.
It's very significant.
And, yeah, and that's amazing with that as well, Brian. It was just also sad, to see so many of my colleagues, especially in the Metro Detroit area,
Yeah.
who I'd got to know over so many years, just to see them, shutting their business. And I was having a lot of tearful conversations with a lot of these owners of the process that they're going through, their life savings that they put into their businesses, and just to see it all, go off a cliff. It was very, very sad.
Well, in 2020, March 2020, we all know this crazy world we live in now, coronavirus. And, my studio's made a huge adjustment in terms of how we train. We're doing virtual for Fitness Together Mooresville. And I know you guys are doing virtual. So for Fitness Together Novi, tell us, Boo, what's been a success for doing this virtual training session? And before you answer, it's interesting because if you would have asked me 6 months ago, would you guys ever do virtual? I'd be like, no, man, we do one-on-one. We want clients in our studio. We want high touch. We're here to help. And now this is a world we live in. Some people can't leave their houses. So tell us some success stories that you're experiencing from doing virtual training.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a game changer. It really has. For a lot of us, we've had to get out of our comfort zones, right?
100%.
And do something that we've not normally been used to, and adapt to the technology that's involved. A lot of our clients are unsure about the technology, so they were a little concerned about doing this. But, we try to lay it out to them all, explain to them it's not too bad. And it really has, been a positive move for us.
Yeah.
We're seeing a lot of clients giving us some great feedback. It is the new normal right now, and I think we all need to accept it.
I like that. I like that phrase. This is the new normal.
It is, Brian. It is. Yeah. I mean, we're trying to keep our customers engaged, trying to keep in contact with them, let them know that we're here to help and support. It doesn't help that we've all had to stay in our homes now for hours on end.
Right.
We're all going crazy.
Yeah.
And just seeing the trainers on the other side of a computer screen, is lighting up people's days. They're getting excited.
Right.
It's nice to hear their voices, having fun, just like we did in the studio. So we're breaking down some barriers in that sense, and it's all moving in a positive direction for us. So we're very, very excited about this new opportunity.
Yeah, it's interesting. We have had real success getting people set up, and I think the challenge people have is if our clients for my studio is typically 45 to about 75. So, and we do a lot of corrective exercise, and that population, especially the 50, 60, 70s, not all, but many are not interested in doing tech, or they don't like doing tech. And once they realize how easy it is, once we walk them through, like we've got video tutorials, I've got a checklist, and you have all this resources too. But once they're walked through the process, like it really takes us getting on a phone call, spending 5 minutes to help them set it up. Once they set up the Zoom call, it works amazing. So I think those clients are people out there that are apprehensive to do it. The feedback that we're getting is it's almost like you're in the same room with us. It's almost as hard as a workout in your studio, even though we don't have the same amount of equipment. Some clients are like, I don't have equipment, and we say, no problem. We can kill you with body weight. And I think to what you alluded to, Boo, is that it's the consistency during these tough times and staying active. And the white elephant in the room is this thing is real. And if you're over 60, this is serious. And there's some people that are passing away from this virus. So when is now the best time to strengthen your immune system? And that is hydration, sleep, exercise, nutrition. This is like, I look at it especially for me personally, like this is a duty to take care of my family. I need to take care of myself right now. And that's why I feel so confident about providing the service to our clients, as well as I know you do too.
Correct, yeah.
Boo, do you want to add anything? What about that person that's on the fence that's like, I don't know? Because one objection we've gotten is like, oh, it's only 2 weeks. And here's the reality. This thing could be 8 weeks. And we cannot not exercise for 8 weeks. It's going to be very bad physically for any of our clients. You do not want to take off 8 weeks. I mean, I don't even like to take off 7 days, let alone 8 weeks. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
What can you say to someone that's on the fence that, is interested, but they still are apprehensive?
Yeah, obviously, it is different. It's obviously it's not the same as being in the studio. That's 100%, right? We know that. But, we all know that we have to try and take care of our health. Okay. And
Yeah.
that's very, very important,
Yeah.
especially during this time. And
Yeah.
especially, just covering things that you just mentioned.
Yeah.
So, the important thing is to try it. You're not going to know unless you actually take that first step and
Right.
just give it a try.
Yeah.
One of the things that we've done, Brian, is we're actually sending out a care package
Oh, nice.
to all of our clients, that don't have any equipment in the home, and they feel that they want something to use while they're going through the virtual training. So we've actually sending out a care package to all of these clients.
Yeah.
I think I've got 26 or 28 care packages going out.
Wow.
To all of the clients. So yeah, they should be receiving this stuff soon, and hopefully that's going to help them with their virtual training.
What kind of things are you?
Direction.
What kind of things are you putting in there, Boo?
Yeah, so we've put in a mat, we've put in
wow.
a small stability ball. There's a foam roller. There's some workout bands.
Cool.
There's an ankle band as well. So all of these little things are definitely going to help them, with their workouts while they're doing this online.
Yeah.
But yeah, the goal here is we want to keep you healthy. We want to keep you active, but you're not going to experience it unless you take the first step. You've got to take that first step. Yeah, just give it a try.
Yeah.
That's all we're asking. Give it a try. Yeah. If it doesn't work out, that's fine. We understand. Right?
Yeah.
Give it a try. See how you feel.
Yeah.
Sure, you're going to love it. The feedback that we've been getting from our clients that have been doing this has been very positive. They love it. They enjoy it. They enjoy seeing the trainer on the other side.
Yeah.
Hearing their voice, having some fun. We're in your home now instead of being in the studio, right?
Yeah.
It's working out really, really well. But yeah, just give it a try.
Yeah, I would say two things. One, our trainers are enjoying seeing clients' homes, and your house doesn't need to be perfect. Just you need an empty space,
right?
Chair and a towel, really. But the second thing is that a lot of times, I would even put myself in this camp where maybe there's a little bit of complaining, these darn millennials, that's kind of people sing that tune, these darn millennials. This is actually a great opportunity for these millennials to help us in multiple facets. Number one is we have a lot of millennial trainers. I am not one of them, but we have millennial trainers that love to put a headset on and to stare at a screen. And they're not staring at anything else but you, our client. They're literally staring at the screen and they're taking you through the workout. They're doing the workout with you. They're more engaged than ever. I mean, it's unbelievable. So that's a positive. And then the last note is we've had success with older clients. And I say older, 50, 60, 70s, 80s, whatever in that range, where they have a millennial in the house and the millennial helps them set up the virtual. And I've had it where her son helped them set it up 2 minutes. I mean, it was simple. She was struggling to get it going. I love her, and I get it. And we got her son involved, and boom, he's 23, and he's doing for college. He's doing webinars, and he's like, I've never done Zoom, and he helped her get it set in 2 minutes. Boom, it was all good.
Yeah, that's their thing, man. So yeah, for sure.
Man, for sure. Well, Boo, I appreciate the time, man. It was good to, we've had many conversations, but not face to face. And
Right.
we're teaching what we're preaching. We're doing it right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's been fun, Brian. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, buddy. I'll see you later. Thanks everybody for listening. Good night. Good morning. Let me get my line right. Good morning and good night.
night.
See you later. Bye. Bye, everybody.
Yeah, take care. Bye-bye.